It is just after lunch and we are driving along outside of Yangshu to our next point, which we wanted to visit. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the rain came pouring down. We ran into this little construction site and here we are, sopping wet. The rain has started to stop now, so I think we can carry on our journey.
I am soaked through, like my white trousers may be see-through right now. We're just gonna ignore that.
We've said before, it is rainy season right now and there is a lot of flooding going on. But luckily that was just like a 10-minute torrential downpour. And I think, hopefully, we're gonna be all right now. Yeah. Are you ready?
Let's go.
See a river running there now. Here we go, here's our bike. We've just arrived in Xingping, an ancient town on the Li River. We're gonna have a little look around here, all these little houses and stuff. And then later on, we're gonna show you the river because it is one of the most beautiful spots along this whole stretch around Guilin. So I think this area is the ancient town, but it is just full of tourist shops, people selling different stuff. But the buildings do look incredibly beautiful and probably quite old. They've obviously been renovated, but they still look very nice. The problem we've had in the last week is that during the day, it is so hot outside that it's really difficult to walk around and do stuff. Xingping is famous for its ancient town, but it's also super famous because the view of Xingping is actually on the 20 yuan note. And we're gonna show you that view very shortly. I think we have just arrived at the famous viewpoint, but let's have a look and see.
We don't actually have a 20 yuan note with us at the moment, but we'll get a little picture up right here of the note so you can see. Here it is. Beautiful.
Look how strong the water is down here. Usually the water is a lot less deep, but obviously because of the rains, it's a lot deeper today. Oh, here we go, the 20 yuan note. And as you can see on it, that's the view we are just looking at right here. I know we've gone on about it a little bit in this video, but it is extremely hot. It's very hard to do things, especially in the middle of the day. So we're kind of waiting a little bit, delaying time, so that it hopefully cools down a little bit this afternoon, this evening.
Please, I need coolness.
So this is our bike. This is actually a different bike to the one we had yesterday. And this one is like a long range e-bike. So that we could actually get to Xingping town all the way from Yangshu, because otherwise the range would have run out. Okay, let's take this thing for a spin. Honestly, riding these is so different to a usual bike because they just seem to take off like suddenly. They just go. There's no gears. It's just like,
let's go.
These e-bikes are also a lot slower than usual bikes, so you can't get as far, but you can just waddle along a little bit. It's quite nice. Hello. Ni hao. So we are a little bit confused. It feels like because of the floods, this place was underwater a couple of days ago. So I think a lot of the bamboo rafting and like a lot of the viewpoints and a lot of the activities you can do around here are not going ahead at the moment. So what we're going to do is going to go back to Yangshu and hopefully do some bamboo rafting or something around there. And this is our last proper full day of traveling in China. So guys, we are literally flashing red on our e-bike battery. I thought it was long range, but maybe it's not super long range. So unfortunately, we've got to go back before we can go out for sunset. We have been charging the bike for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. And we're hoping that's enough because the sun is starting to set. So I guess we just take it out and see. We've just reached this scenic spot. Unfortunately, I don't think the bamboo rafting is going ahead. Maybe they close it at 6 or whatever because it is about 6:30 now, going towards 7. But we're going to head to the river and finish off our last full day traveling in China in a peaceful way. Yangshu used to be a big backpacker hub. Back in between 2002 and 2008, about 70–80% of all the tourists here were foreigners, which was the big backpacker mecca of China, has just dissolved. People don't come here anymore, which is really unfortunate because it is such a beautiful area. With the really hard visa process and things not being as easy, having to use WeChat for a lot of things, people have been put off coming here. But when you look at this scenery like this, This should encourage the Southeast Asian backpackers to come visit this beautiful area. Look at these guys, they're just swimming in the river at sunset. I mean, I kind of want to join them, maybe I will. It looks beautiful. I guess the problem with Yangshu now is that it is built for group tourism. So there's a lot of things like a train track through the middle of the rice fields. There's a lot of things which make it not as authentic and very set up for Chinese tourists, which a lot of backpackers probably aren't the biggest fan of. But if you escape that and come to these little more rural areas in Yangshu, then it is beautiful and still has that more authentic kind of feel to it. It's been unfortunate because of the big rains here, but our thoughts go out to all the people who have affected their lives, affected their houses, because it actually has caused quite a few people to actually pass away. These floods aren't common, they don't come every year, but I guess it can happen in rainy season. We will end the video there, but tomorrow we have a big journey ahead of us where we're heading overland and hopefully crossing the border into another country. Thank you so much for watching.